Hi and welcome to Cheekyricho Cooking's Stuffed Cauliflower. We're going to be using the Tefal Cook4Me at present. I have a whole cauliflower steaming away for 12 minutes in about 500 mils of water. Once that is done, we'll get on with the rest of our recipe. Okay, 12 minutes later, we're just going to pull this cauliflower, which is starting to fall apart, out of steamer basket and all, and just put it to one side to cool down, because we are never going to be able to manage it in that really hot state. Okay, we tip the water out of the Cook4Me now and we put it onto the browning function. We're doing some pesto filled mushrooms and we remove the stems from those, and the stems are going to be wasted. So here they are, finely chopped, and we're going to cook them, put it onto the browning function in the Cook4Me. So in with our chopped up bacon, just roughly chopped. The mushroom stems are going to soak up the fat from that bacon, and we just cook this for a couple of minutes until it starts to sizzle, and then we're going to add our onions and our garlic. Now we've just removed our cauliflower from the basket of the Cook4Me, and we're going to line the bottom of the basket with some foil. Then just pop our cauliflower back into the center. The reason that we're doing this is we're going to actually stuff the cauliflower and we're going to pop it under the grill. The Cook4Me has done its job and that's what it looks like. We need to be able to get that out later, so that's why we're using the foil. Now we're starting to sizzle around here. I haven't added any oil. There'll be a bit of oil or fat come out of the bacon. And we are going to add our garlic, add our chopped up onions, and we want these to sweat right down. We've got some fresh herbs that we're going to add at the very end, just a bit of spring onions and some fresh flat leaf parsley. We've chopped up one slice of multigrain bread and it's quite crispy. We're throwing in our freshly cracked black pepper now and our veggie salt. Cauliflower is quite a bland vegetable and it can take quite a few seasonings. The salt will actually draw the moisture out of the onions and will in turn make them less wet. We need to evaporate quite a bit of the moisture out of the contents of the Cook4Me. The whole thing's going to be bound together with an egg and some grated mozzarella cheese, and then we're going to smush it together and push it into the cauliflower. For a whole deal with butter, sprinkle it with some parmesan cheese, and then pop it under the grill until it's nice and hot and bubbly. You could put it under the hood of a barbecue or a Weber or something, or if you've got one of those big green eggs, just to get a bit of colour on the outside of it. Okay, it's nice and sweated off now. We're going to send in our breadcrumbs and just mix them all up. They will hold any of that moisture that might be remaining. Herbs in now, one whole spring onion and a small handful of parsley. And that's pretty well our stuffing. You can put some pine nuts in it or some chopped apricots or some nuts, whatever you really want to put in there now. But we're going to tip this into a bowl because it's far too hot. Turn this off actually. And we're going to tip it into a bowl. Now the Stay Cool handles will help you to do that. If you've got the time to do it, just leave it sitting in the Cook4Me until you're ready to load your cauliflower. But I need to cool this down so that I can get it ready for a meal that I'm making. So just shake it all out and add our egg, which is going to pretty well cook as soon as it hits this hot ingredient, and our mozzarella cheese. Now once that's all mixed in, it'll be really quite gloopy, and we're going to smush it all together and pack it in around our cauliflower, and then brush the whole deal with melted butter. So you can see that cheese is starting to melt now. That's obviously taking the temperature out of it. And we're going to get our cauliflower and just pull pockets to the side. You could use a piping bag for this if you wanted to, but the piping bag isn't going to let these big chunky bits out. So just push them in once they slip around on the plate. See the cheese going all minky on me. Now everything that is in here now is quite cooked. You can see how soft that cauliflower is. And in we go. Push it in. Over here now, there's a nice little blank spot for it. Down the side, there's another blank spot. Make a space for that. Where else? In the middle here, you can put quite a bit in there, I'd say. Just keep pushing. This isn't supposed to look pretty, it's supposed to taste amazing. Anything extra can just sprinkled around the sides. And when it's lifted out of the Cook4Me basket, after it's just had the top grilled on it, it will actually be able to fold it flat and then just portion it out. It's sort of like a gratiny sort of arrangement. We've just got some melted butter, which is not so melted anymore, but it won't take very long. And just brush it all over the top. Make sure when you're lining the basket with foil that you actually ensure that the little silicone-y sort of handles are covered as well, because you don't want them to melt under the grill. If you've got an air fryer or something that you want to put that in, you won't be able to put it into the Tefal Active Fryer because it's got a paddle in the center of it. But just a sprinkle with that really cheap Parmesan cheese that you buy on the shelf in the supermarket, because we've got plenty of cheese in there, and this is almost like sprinkling it with breadcrumbs, except it's got a lot more flavour. Looking pretty delicious, wouldn't you agree? And I'm going to sprinkle some paprika on it, smoky paprika, because I just love the flavour of it and it looks nice. Under the grill, just till it's hot and bubbly. It's already got quite a bit of heat in there. Okay, it's a bit too warm to hang on to at the moment, and then it'll be ready to serve. Now our stuffed cauliflower is finished under the grill. It's got a nice bit of colour on it. It's steaming hot. It's time to remove it from the Tefal Cook4Me basket, and so we're just going to carefully lift that and just put it onto a serving plate. Because we've put double layers in there, it should come out quite easily. Okay, just you might have to squeeze it in between the two handles and just lift it out. And now this is what you should have. Just fold the foil back like a collar. It's really gorgeous and juicy, smelling amazing, perfectly cooked. A great way to get those stubborn kids to eat vegetables. Filled up with bacon and cheese. There you go. I told you it's pretty special. Hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration of cheekyricho stuffed cauliflower with the use of the Tefal Cook4Me. If you would like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our cheekyricho channel, and don't forget to please subscribe, and do come back and visit us again soon. We've got so much more to show you, and we're uploading lots of videos. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Now we've already got our piece of meat on there. We're going to get some of our glorious cauliflower out. It's incredibly hot. Ooh. And look at that. So yummy. Check that out. It just falls apart. That will taste, shall we? Get some of our stuffing and some of our nice, soft, gently steamed cauliflower. Very, very hot though. Yummo. It really tastes sweet. It's that delicious. Thanks for watching.